People pleasing. Okay, that's a very general term for it. So why do we listen to people's opinions and why is it bad? It's all gonna be covered here. Let me just explain this to you. Okay. I'm here before this game kicks me out due to server maintenance. Anyway, if you're someone who hates BS, going to the point, taking accountability, and looking for solutions, you've come to the right freaking channel. Some people care about you and me, okay? Some people care about us, but they don't know how destructive their limiting beliefs are. Some people can try to protect you because they've so called been through it and they think the same thing will happen to you, which is a valid fear. But I think people project it too loud where it becomes certainty instead of something tentative when it should be something that's it could happen, but you should give it a shot. Unless you're talking about running into a burning building, you genuinely should get the chance to try something. And that's why people's opinions are not reliable. People can only talk from their own experiences. So when it comes to yourself, your own life, etc., okay, you can't rely on someone else to talk about you. Do you see how absurd that is? Because when you actively think about it, why should someone else define you when you're the one who's going through life, when you're the one who is trying to make ends meet? You know what I'm saying? When you think about it like that, I think a lot of people could just actively say, oh, fun. It's very self explanatory, but that's the point. Why should I listen to someone else's depiction of what I could go through when I already know what I've gone through? You know what I'm saying? Because people think that, okay, they're older, they may understand. Nope. Nuh-uh. Definitely not. Just because someone's older does not mean they're you. It doesn't mean, okay, let's switch bodies and then they go through what you did. Freak the heck no. People go through things all the time, guys. People learn. Even people around you who you feel like have it all figured out, they're learning something. People don't like to admit that they're learning because it makes them feel stupid. And it's not dumb. It's something that we're always going through our daily lives. People are limited themselves, okay? A lot of the times, people pedestalize other human beings. Yeah, I know. I think a lot of us are so focused on the fact that this person knows me, this person raised me, they'll understand me. No, no one is you. And you have to be chill with that. You have to understand that. I have no idea why I did this. It took 4 hours, but hey, I think I just did it for one of the wishes, but still. Like, if someone sucks at something, do you think they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, you've got this? I mean, sometimes that's awesome. But a lot of the times, people are going to try to divert your attention from it because they've either had a crap experience that's their fault, especially if they've given up when they could have gone further. If it was meant for them, by the way, then that's that. So people just focus too much on what others are going to say. Another thing is we always focus on what are they going to say. Who the hell cares? And who the hell are they? You know, people say, what are they going to say? I'm serious. Who's the they? Are they just, random people on the streets or are they family? I have no idea. Hey, unicorn. But seriously, I think we give too much importance to that. It's all gonna be for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I know some people want to make parents proud or people proud, but if you're not happy yourself, I don't know what you're doing with your life. We only live once, okay? We're not living for someone else. Okay, fine, I get it. Sometimes others have dreams and they want you to continue that legacy, but no offense, yeah. I don't always agree with this legacy, and thankfully, I've never had this myself. But I know people who have this whole legacy of doctors and medicine, and someone wants to keep continuing that legacy. You know what I'm saying? But then I also had some people break the trend by adding finance or adding creativeness into it. And I was like thinking, that's so cool. You don't need to fit into some mold. That's not who you're meant to be. And people will try to convince you otherwise. Other thing is, it wastes so much time. Genuinely. Listening to people who don't know about your experiences, what you've been through, doesn't that make you think, even for a fraction, how much of a time waste that is? Because you're officially telling yourself this person's opinion matters more than my knowledge of my own experience. If it was about their life, fine. It's natural to listen to someone else's opinion, especially their own. But if it's about your life, why are we so centered around what other people think? You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, we're not perfect. Yeah, people's opinions will hurt us, but it does not define us. And I know some people watching this would say this is cliche, trust me. You might even be saying, oh, I've heard this before. Freaking apply it. Sometimes we hear the same advice over and over again because we don't do it. Okay? And that's exactly what we have to do. If we let people define us for the rest of our lives, where's our own principality? I'm sorry I sound like I'm yelling sometimes, but I think I've just gotten used to it. Hopefully, it sounds like a caring person, not someone who's just nagging at you. Ignore the way I'm driving. I mean, driving? Yeah, that's how you know I'm already screwing up. Riding the unicorn. I'm still getting used to some control. Yeah, I know. I'm still getting used to controls of this game. It's like even with your career path, you know yourself more. You know if you're creative. You know if you're intellectual. You know all of these things. So then why would you then think to ask someone else, oh, what's destined for me? Might as well ask them what your personality is or what your name is. And I'm gonna be honest with one thing as well, because it should be mentioned. It hurts, okay? It still hurts when people we love, people we care about tell us really hurtful things. It hurts, okay? No one's gonna say that, oh, it's completely fine. No, it's not. Even now, I have moments where I remember things like that, but we just have to do it. We need to remember who the hell we are, and only we can define ourselves. Okay? Now, people could say this is corny, but trust me, it wastes so much of it can waste decades of your life. And then once life's at its end, you're just gonna realize I listened to these losers. These losers are also going to go one day as well, and you listen to them. Seriously though, stop listening to a bunch of losers. If something makes you happy, that's big. The way I define success is mental happiness. You can have so much materialistically, so much just generally, emotionally, but if you have nothing mentally, you ain't happy. That's the thing. So, even if you have so much success, do you still see people get depressed? People are not happy. People take medication respectfully, hoping for their healing, etc. That's what I mean. We want something that's worthwhile. And then there's people who don't have much to look at, but they're so happy, genuinely. And it astounds me a lot. So that's exactly what it is. You have to search for something that makes you feel content. And I know that takes time, but that's life, okay? Life doesn't tell you to sit there and be depressed. Life tells you you have to keep going and make things less daunting, less depressing for yourself, okay? That's the thing. Regardless of whether you have a condition, regardless of whether you're struggling, for example, without causing any triggers, I'm familiar with PTSD, for example. Um it bothers me. I have flashbacks of the past, etc. But at the same time, I don't let it define me. I just remember I'm allowed to feel because I'm a human being, but that's it. I just realized that it's just a thought. I'm in control as best as I can. I feel what I need to feel, and I remember I'm worthy, I'm lovable, and I'm valuable. That's what we have to know. And if I spoke to anyone else about that, maybe they would tell me some other crazy thing. And that's why listening to yourself is so important. Because no one else tells me things bluntly. Whoopsies. And this advice is not going to 100% make things vanish. Sorry. We live in a realistic world, not idealistic. But you can navigate through it. Okay. That's exactly what you have to understand. No one's been through life like you have. No one's been through your life, and most importantly, no one's you. So if someone tells you, oh, you're gonna suck at this, no, you are gonna suck at this. Reiterate it, Like, okay, I've heard many times from people, you can't do this. You know what I see it as? You can't do this. It's the same sentence, except I'm changing who the you is. And I'm not trying to belittle the other person, okay? But a lot of the times it is from one's incompetence that they reflect onto others. I'm pretty sure that the Pisces, right? They're round and they have ropes as arms and legs. I'm sorry, that's creepy to me. But yeah, I think my favorite, like spirit or being in this game, besides the humans, Other Feywish. They're so cute and cuddly. Shroom. I like the baby shroomlings, but not. No! No! Wait. Is it easy? Nope. If life was easy, you would know. But it's all about discovery. So I'm telling you guys, while holding your hand, just stop listening to people. They're just projecting what they know onto you. Some people genuinely don't like you. That's another thing. People don't like you. And people want to stay like that. So are you going to entertain another type of loser? No. Also, don't destroy your life too much, okay? We all have those self-sabotaging moments, but we don't want to destroy ourselves for crying out loud. How are we going to achieve our goals? So, yeah, I believe in you guys. I'm praying for your healing. I'm praying that things become easier for you. But please, let's stop making excuses and start moving forward. Together forever. Okay, whatever. I can't with cringe. I can't. Okay, okay. Yeah, you guys can actually see it now because my character's not up here. Fun story. When I made the character this time around for Ramadan, I didn't draw Suzu's bun, and I couldn't be asked to edit the frames, so I just kept her at the top corner instead. No one noticed. Hee hee hee. 8 hours before it kicks me out. Right, so what does it do when it actually kicks you out? It doesn't give you anything. It doesn't tell you, congratulations for staying up. Oh, cruddy, waddy, waddy. It doesn't tell you any of that. It just kicks you out, legit. It doesn't give you gems. It doesn't tell you, oh my goodness, you actually stayed. Now get out. No, it just makes you get out. Don't let losers define you and do what you want to do, a diva. The internet has ruined me. What I used to do with my videos. Okay. Peace. And I'll see you guys in another upload. Bye bye. If you've made it this far, please consider my coffee page as well. This helps a small content creator like me grow. Thank you.